Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are here once again with another episode of Daastan Authors Interview. We are having talented young boys with us who will be shared about their journey of writing their first ever book and what motivated them and how they started this journey. So before starting the interview, I would highly congratulate all of them, the writers, the team behind it, and their teachers who motivated them that they should be start a new journey. They should start their new journey and they should express themselves in a more concrete way. So here we are having Heather with us today. Hello, Heather. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name
Hi,
is
my name
uh, uh, my name is Haider Najmi, and
Hi, my name
I
is Najmi, and I
hi, my name is Haider Najmi, and I'm 15 years old. I used to study in MSB, and now I am studying in a university, and my book is titled "Live the Game."
all right. Heather, it's wonderful seeing you writing your first book. We would like to know about the theme of the book and something interesting about the characters of your book.
For the theme of my book is like it's full of adventures. My book has full adventures, and main its genres are kind of horror, comedy, and thriller. And I think my uh, attraction is I use lot of life stories in it.
All right. So, Heather, what was your favorite genre before writing this book?
I don't know why, but I really like the genre horror.
Horror. You like horror genre. So, is this your book is somehow related with the horror genre or something mysterious happening in this story as well?
Yes, like I said, my genre has thriller in it, so it's full of mystery, like how something happened, why it is happening, and they're full of fictionist characters in it, like monsters kind of stuff.
Heather, as you said that your favorite genre is mystery and horror. So, who is your favorite writer of this genre, and which book you usually like to read or reread, or any particular names from this genre you would like to share with us?
Before writing this book, I really like to read the book Goosebumps, written by R.L. Stein. Those are horror books. He has different styles. He uses different styles for writing, and that's how I used to complete my interest for horror. And I also like comedy of some type, and so there is another book, Geronimo Stilton. He creates a series of books where he introduces himself as a mice in those books. So and he I use some of his. I think its book influenced me on my writing style a little bit.
All right. So you gave me the answer of my next question as well. I was just about to ask who inspired you. Okay, he is. We can say that he is your favorite author or influenced your writing style as well because it happens usually when we read someone, we ultimately copy their way of writing style, the way they describe the situation, the characters, and the situation. It happens, but can you recall any moment, inspiring moment, where you thought that I can be a writer too?
Um, just when I never thought I could be a writer, I never just thought about it. But when this opportunity appeared, when this program was introduced, that's when I started thinking about it. Like I was like, this I am good in writing assignments. I can do this. I it feels like I can do this.
So, Heather, did you really enjoy it when it was uh, an offer? The offer was there, and you started working on it, and finally, you are looking at the book. Now, it's a complete book, and it's going to be published, and it's going to be launched. So, did you really find it amazing and surprising that just from a program and assignment, you are going to be a writer soon?
Yes, like I never thought about that. I would be an author.
So
Uh,
it must be very exciting for you. Okay, Heather, I really wanted to know, as you mentioned, you never thought that you can be a writer. It was just a program introduced to you, and you thought you can do it. But after writing for this book, and after this journey, do you think you planned that this, yeah, I can be a writer and I can work on something more? Or is there any project, draft, or plot in your mind you think that I should write this story now as well?
um, in my book, I my writing style is I usually end with cliffhangers. So in this book also it ends with to be continued. So I am
Oh,
thinking to write another book.
sequel. There will be a sequel of the book. That's really exciting to know. I would definitely read this book and stay excited for the next sequel of this as well. So, Heather, I want to know one question. If you ever find yourself in a very exceptional journey and you have to go somewhere to explore something, and you came to know that that place must be a horror spot where you can do something or it is challenging, in which fictional world would you like to go?
That's a pretty interesting question. Um, I feel like I could go to. I haven't really thought about it.
You literally didn't thought about it. That's okay. Okay, if you got the chance to replace yourself with any character from any book or from your book, let's suppose we say from your book. So, who would you prefer to become?
Well, the main character in my book is pretty much based on my character, so
All right. So, would you like to tell us a bit without giving us any spoilers, something about the character so we can imagine you doing all these things while reading the book?
uh, I the they're like they're it's a group of friends. Like every kids every teenagers in the world they like to game. So they're also like a gaming group of friends, and they studies is hard for them.
Okay. So yeah, I can imagine what could be happening over there, and it would be must be pretty interesting for everyone who is going to read that book. Live in the game is undoubtedly a very exciting and new, something new for us, and I think children of your age, they must read it and they will definitely going to enjoy it. One advice you would like to give to the children of your age group, that how they can like find themselves into books and into reading, any good tips you want to give them?
Um, I think at my age, studies really stresses your mind, and books really relax your mind. So, like you should really read books, read a lot of books, and that way you can actually get better at your studies. You can do it more efficiently.
Thank you so much, Heather. It is the one of the interview like I really enjoyed. I didn't want you to go, so but yeah, I know that this interview is all about the book. of your book ultimately. So thank you so much. I wish you best of luck for your first book for the launch, and I will wait definitely for the sequel of this book. With this note, we are saying goodbye to Heather and we will invite our other guest. But before jumping to our next guest, I just want to add one thing. A room without books is like a body without soul. And it is so true that if you are not into reading books and you don't know um, how to imagine things written in the books, and you don't know how to manifest those things in your life or manifest those things and look around, how boring it must be. Books give you a power of imagination, visualize in your mind, make something on your own, and you don't know from one line how many stories you can narrate. This is the power of the books only. In the social media content, in the videos, you cannot like do such creativity. You cannot use your brain at the most to like bring something out differently. You cannot imagine things differently. You are just going to watch the video, and at the end of the video, that's it. There is nothing imagination, there is nothing manifestation, nothing around that. But book gives you that power, that that sort of energy. So it is so true. A room without books is like a body without soul. So do read books. And with this note, we will introduce our next writer on board. Hello,
Hi,
Mohammad Yosuf.
hi,
Assalamualaikum. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Mohammed, please introduce yourself first of all to our audience and then tell us about your book and the theme of the book.
My name is Mohammad Yusuf, and I'm currently studying college. My book is my genre of the book is science fiction, and I enjoy writing science fiction a lot.
So, as you said, Mohammed, your book is about the science fiction, right?
Yes.
So I would really want to know what type of science terminologies or themes you are exploring in it. Are we going to see the planets or the time traveling or what?
In this book, the genre of superheroes is I've used not time travel superheroes, and a lot of futuristic inventions are also used in this book.
Oh, that's so pretty interesting. Okay, Heather, sorry, Yusuf, as you said that this is a science fiction genre and must be, as every other writer, we usually start with reading books and we usually write on the genre we feel our attachment with it or we enjoy reading. So, what was your favorite genre? Is it the science fiction as well, or it's just an organic approach?
Mainly it is science fiction, but I like to dabble in some other stuff too. Like sometimes comedy books are also fun to read, and action-filled books are also fun to read, like comic books. Those I like to read also.
So, do you think that we can incorporate comics into science fiction to make? Usually, people do think like science fiction is hard to understand, and not everyone is able to understand the plots because it's really need so much attention towards the book. You need a peaceful time, me time, peaceful corner if you are going to read any science fiction. Do you think it is true that science fiction is not a cup of tea for everyone, or everyone not will be able to understand, and we can through comic or some light genre we can introduce more science technology and science fiction to the audience?
Some people may not be able to understand because sometimes it gets very complicated, such as time travel and some stuff. So it is not everybody's piece of cake. So I would suggest that start with the easy stuff, then read some very complicated stuff.
I must say that Mohammed Yusuf, you have already made it yourself that much capable that you can write a science fiction book, and it is not definitely not an easy task to do it. So, any your favorite writer from this genre and the book you can recommend to the audience that this is your favorite, and by reading these books, they can like find themselves enjoying this genre as well.
I like to, when I was young, I like to read Jules Verne's book Around the World in 80 Days and J.K. Rowling books, Harry Potter. And I do not like only reading books, but I like seeing Marvel. You know, Marvel, the whole franchise. I like to see their movies, and yes, I this is how I get my sci-fi stuff.
So interesting. That's very inspiring as well. Um, we can recommend people and readers to start with easy topics, easy genres, and then gradually you can build your capacity. Okay, Mohammad Yusuf, I want to know any inspiring movement of your life when you thought that, yes, I can be a writer too, I should start writing, or this is just an organic approach.
My mother and my brother inspired me to write the book. At first, I was reluctant, but then they said to that you should have an experience of writing and books. So I started writing this book, and then now I'm here publishing it.
So this is so good to see that you got this environment in your home as well, where your family members were motivating you to write your book, and they helped you to become a writer, and they developed your interest into writing. So, is there any project in your mind that in future you are going to share with us, or you are working currently, or any draft you have in your mind for the next book?
I am not currently working on any other books, but I have thought of it to write another book, maybe two more or three more. But I am not started it yet. But I have thought of it.
That's interesting. We wish and we wish you all the best for your first book and the first publication. But inshallah, definitely we will see you writing many more books, and we want you to don't stop this journey. Keep writing and sharing your imaginations, thoughts, and help other people uh, to get benefited by science fiction. And this is the best way that we can know so much uh, things about universe and science. So literature is the best way to help children. Any last advice or tips you would like to give to the children of your age, or who find the science fiction difficult, or any other genre or book, and they are not so much into reading books? Any advice or tips you would like to give them that they can feel a connection with books?
When I what I do when I feel something it's very difficult, so I do some research about it because science fiction is a lot about research. So I sit down, take some time, and then I continue reading it again. So I feel a lot comfortable when I'm reading this genre.
Thank you
So
so
I
much,
would
Heather. Yeah, sure.
what?
So please continue your answer.
No, I'm done. Thank you.
So thank you so much. We can see that this is a good advice. If you find science fiction difficult, you can explore and research about the topic. Uh, Even if you are a reader, then it will be helpful for you. So we wish you luck, best of luck for your book, and
Yes.
we will see many more. With this note, we say goodbye to you, and we will meet you with another book and in other episode, inshallah. So yes, moving forward with another author, but we need to take a break and think about that a reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. And what do you think about the writer who writes so many different characters, topics, or stories? He must be living those as well. and reading is an essential for those who seek to rise above the ordinary. So, if you are someone who really wants to live an extraordinary life, the only way is book. Read books. So, with this note, we will introduce our next writer of the day. So, this is going to be super awesome because we have another youngest writer with us. Hello, Numan. Welcome to the group, to the program. Please introduce yourself and something interesting about the book and the theme of your book.
Hello, my name is Abdeali Dr. Noman, and I'm the author of the book Rampant. My book is based on the genre thriller, and it also consists of it also contains elements of some suspense and adventure too.
So, as you said that your book is about suspense and adventure, can we think it is somewhere around the horror as well?
It's not related with horror, like uh, there are no like monsters or like those characters included in my book. Like it's a thriller book, you could say.
So, and it's something interesting about the book, right? The theme or the character, you can think this is the most attractive point or most adoring character or plot of your book that readers should be looking for, and or after having an encounter, they must enjoy meeting that character.
I think so. The interesting part about my book is it also contains some conspiracy theories that we hear around all the time. So it also makes them real. So I think so. It is one of the interesting part about my book.
Oh, I can imagine. Must be interesting to read conspiracy theories, and it is thriller as well. So it's going to be a really super combo. And we are, these days uh, getting so much information about the conspiracy theories, and we are somewhere generating another theory as well. So yeah, it is really an exciting one to read something there. Numan, when we are a reader, we usually don't think that how the book a writer started the journey or the complications or the challenges while writing the book the writer faced. But when we become an author, we get to know that it wasn't that easy as a reader would think, and usually people or reader criticize about it. What challenges or obstacles you faced while writing your book?
Uh, One of the main obstacles that I faced while writing the book was the inability to describe a scene or an idea that was present in my mind. Like my mind just became blank. It didn't think of anything like how could I describe this scene or how could I make it more interesting so that readers would like it much more. So yeah, this is one of it was one of the main challenges that I had to face while writing the book.
Yeah, to be the first time writer, I can imagine. Even when I was producing my book, my novel, I did a lot of changes. Every time I read the any paragraph or any line that I thought I can like rephrase in a better way. So yeah, it is very challenging, and I still remember that I did the edit of the whole manuscript at least 4 times. Even I was doing the changes in bit and pieces, but still I did the change the whole manuscript 4 times. So yeah, I can totally relate to it. Man, any interesting or inspiring moment in your life while reading this book? You thought that how interesting this moment is, yeah, or scene is, or any conversation with someone. You thought that I can incorporate this or add this one into my book. Anything like something really cool. or this is all organic, because as a writer we usually find ourselves looking for the material in our surroundings while having a conversation with someone, going somewhere, visiting any place. We think about our book, and this is the habit of writers, and we start writing those points in our notepad that like I can like add these things in my book. Did this ever happen with you while writing your book?
There were some moments like I took some inspiration from news channels, I could say, to gather some historical or some theories. I could say, we could say, like I had I did mention some of those things that I heard. So
So yeah, there is something, and you are not sure that you should give a spoiler before reading the book, and we are guessing that one too in your, as you can see, right? But no worries. Any suggestion for the young generation of the people of your age group? You want to recommend any good books, that how they can create a link with books and they can start reading, and once again they can start a different life in their mind, in imagination, the power of imagination somewhere around that will be that ultimately help them to create a link with books.
I think so. Books is one of the main source of entertainment that we have right now, and it is totally different from movies because movies are totally visual. In books, we imagine it in our mind. So the author creates such a scene that a reader could imagine it just like it's when he sees the scene. So um, so yeah, we should read as much books as we could, because
Yeah, that's right. That if you want to like wings to your imagination, or you want to explore the world, so this is the best source that you can read. You read books as much as possible, or even if you want to be a good speaker, if you want to be a good writer, it is very much important that you read books. It's not only give you a power of imagination, but enhance your vocabulary as well, help you to describe the situation as well. So this is a good tip to read as much as possible, because the visual content, the videos are not ultimately going to help you to like uh, uh, test your power of creativity and abilities of creativity. So yeah, this is a good tip. Thank you so much, Noman. It is a very player meeting with to you, and we wish all the best for your first book. And we hope that you will continue this journey, and soon we will come to know that you have another book for us, another conspiracy theory for us to enjoy and read. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. With this note, before closing the session, this interview session, I would like to just add a thing. A writer only begins a book, a reader finishes it. And this is so powerful. We never forget that the writers are just starting and the readers are going to finish it. So a writer is only writing for us, for the people who are going to read it. And they want to know what they are getting from this, how much they can relate, how much they can imagine from it, and how they can like explore the world, or maybe they will be able to help you to start your journey, to give wings to your imagination. With this note, we will meet you with another episode of the Daastan Authors interview. We will introduce you with so many young and talented aspiring authors. Stay tuned with us. Allah Hafiz. This is me, Rida Ashraf, Daastan. Bye bye.